We're here to talk to you about how you can turn your waste into garden gold. So how do you do that exactly?
Well, through composting. Composting is soil which is produced from the breakdown of organic matter, such as food waste and yard trimmings.
Yeah, so what are some benefits of composting?
Well, there are many benefits, but mainly it helps to save you money.
Right. For example, you actually don't have to spend as much money on topsoil mulch because compost can be used as topsoil mulch.
And also, it reduces the amount of water you use, and you also don't need to buy any fertilizers because the compost acts as your fertilizer.
Right. And a lot of people wonder what you can do with your dry leaves or yard trimmings from the fall. Well, you can actually compost these and use them next spring to help your garden become more beautiful.
There are many ways of composting. We're going to talk about some free and easy methods, though. So first off, you've got your dig a hole method, where all you do is dig a hole. You just dig a small hole in the fall and throw your organic waste in there, cover it up, and then in the springtime, you plant your fruits or vegetables or flowers over your whole area. And your flowers, or etc., grow up beautiful.
Another method is the bin method. The whole goal of this method is to contain the organic waste so it doesn't overflow. And this can be done by placing the organic waste into a bin that you can either buy or make out of old wood pallets or cinder blocks. This method can be used all year long, and all you have to do is turn it about roughly twice a month.
Another method that can be used all year long is the pile method, where all you do is throw your organic matter into a designated area, and you want to keep it roughly about 3 feet by 3 feet so it doesn't get too large. And then, again, you also need to turn this about twice a month.
Finally, you can combine the dig-a-hole method with any of the other methods. This helps keep your pile or container to a smaller size so it's less noticeable and it's easier to tend because there's less material.
That sounds great!
It is.
To maintain a good compost pile, there is a certain ratio of brown to green materials that need to be maintained. Keeping this ratio in mind while managing your compost will result in a pile that does not smell and breaks down faster, all with less effort from you. This is done by having more, a lot more, brown material than green. There are certain things that should not be added to your compost pile, such as dairy products, fats, grease, oil, or lard, plastic or polyester, overly salty or sugary foods, coal, coal ash, barbecue coals, meats, fish, and bone. This is because they will attract animals, cause your pile to smell, or they just will not break down.
While it is often recommended that 30 parts brown material be mixed to 1 part green material when composting, it is more of an art than a science, and you'll get to know your pile's needs with time.
So here are some ways to make your composting less noticeable.
First, there's the dig-a-hole method, and this is almost completely invisible.
And then if you decide to keep your pile or bin method by your garden or area where you're going to be using your compost, you won't have to move it as far.
Exactly, this helps it not as noticeable. Also, you have to remember to try to cover your bin or pile when it rains with anything like a tarp or plastic bags. Anything to help keep the water out. If too much water gets into your pile, it can create a smell.
Nobody likes that.
Exactly.
And then if you use the dig-a-hole method with the bin or pile method, you also are creating a smaller composting area so it's easier and faster.
Exactly, and less noticeable. So remember, guys,
have fun turning your waste into garden gold.
It is a good idea to call Pennsylvania One Call system before digging, as there may be underground utility lines. For a copy of our brochure on backyard composting, stop by the Huntingdon Chamber of Commerce, Laney's Feed Mill, Rothrock Outfitters. And for more information, email us at the following addresses. You can also go to these online resources for more information: epa.gov, motherearthnews.com, and usda.gov.